So we are live, finally. Good morning. Well, welcome to our first webinar. My name is Fernando Ginás. I'm the COO at Soluntech. And today we'll have the webinar about ChatGPT, the low-code killer. So before starting, we were going to take a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to wait um, to more people join us. Okay. Hmm. Pretty weird. I can't see if did someone join us. Guys, can you share with me if there's people in the chat, in the streaming chat?
Sí, sí están.
Okay. Hi everyone. Okay. So we're gonna wait for 2 minutes and we're gonna start right away. Please let us know where are you, the city, the country, um, just to let us know a little bit about you. Angela Maria, where are you? Hi, Julian. Okay, I think that we can start. Again, welcome to our first webinar, ChatGPT, the low code killer. So today we are embarking on an insightful journey about low code platforms and ChatGPT. Most of this, it's not to discuss it's if really ChatGPT is a low code killer. It's most open the questions how your low code platform and your business they are ready for this game changer. That's main of the question. And one thing that we would like to explore and the questions that you will share will be pretty clever is how your low code will evolve with these new technologies. So let me introduce to you our speakers for today. First of all, with her profound voice and the light personality, we have Itzelin Rodriguez. Itzelin, it's a enthusiast expert of ChatGPT. Hi, Itzelin, and she will give you an introduction about what is ChatGPT, how it works, and then we will move forward with Neisser Villa. Neisser Villa, it's our developer expert in AI, and he will teach you how this local platform talks to ChatGPT. And last but not least, we have Gabriel Whitaker. Drive you through the business, how these concepts engage with your business. As I said before, our goal is to open the discussion and identify how this new technology will impact your business, your low-code app, and how you can embrace it in a way that it will open more opportunities to you and to your clients. So we are with this. That being said, I'd like to introduce you to Itzelin Rodriguez. Itzelin Rodriguez, this is all yours. Ah, one thing that I
Hello. Okay.
leave in the chat so we can, at the end of the webinar, we can answer. And that's it.
Hello everyone, I'm Itzeline and I'm part of Soluntech team. It's a great pleasure to be here today as an expert and enthusiast of ChatGPT. My role will be to give you an overview of ChatGPT and the low-code platforms before we delve into technical fields. Are you listening to me okay? I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So let's start with a practical exercise with ChatGPT. It was very simple. I just asked her for a joke about itself, and the joke was, why did ChatGPT join the gym? Because it wanted to work on its neural networks. And yeah, well, according to ChatGPT, that's a joke. Apparently, it's good at generating text, but not so good at jokes. So now, how can ChatGPT help you? Well, ChatGPT isn't an average natural language processing model. It's a large language model fed with a massive dataset of text and code. It has become an AI-powered creative partner at your disposal anytime, anywhere, all at once. Let's say you are working late, aiming to meet a deadline, and suddenly you receive a series of urgent requests for your clients. These aren't small changes. They are complex adjustments and you are uncertain how to handle them. This is where ChatGPT becomes essential. Drawing from its extensive training data and coding capabilities, ChatGPT can provide potential solutions. It helps break down intimidating tasks into easier steps. With ChatGPT, you are no longer staring at the demanding list of client requests alone. You have an AI partner to help you tackle the challenge, making the task achievable within your tight deadline. ChatGPT capabilities don't stop at text generation. It's a proficient problem solver too. Picture yourself puzzled over a challenging query feeling stuck. ChatGPT, with its ability to answer open-ended questions, can help resolve these situations. This unique aspect elevates ChatGPT beyond just a tool to an active participant in the knowledge discovery process. So now, moving on to low-code platforms, these innovative systems answer the dreams of many developers. They simplify the application building process, reducing the need for complex coding and making software development more accessible. It's like having a Lego set where you piece together the components visually to create your software masterpiece. So now, can ChatGPT contribute to this low-code landscape? Let's see. In the realm of strengths, ChatGPT excels at code generation and problem solving, enhancing productivity in the software development process, but it's crucial to remember its limitations. Code integration, complex application design, understanding, security, and licensing are aspects where ChatGPT might encounter challenges. In contrast, low-code platforms provide a comprehensive environment for creating, designing, and integrating applications. However, their visual design might impose certain limitations, and newcomers might have a steep learning curve. Okay, so this discussion leads us to a critical question. Could ChatGPT, with its text generation capabilities, truly disrupt the low-code platform ecosystem? In this rapidly evolving tech landscape, ChatGPT integrations with low-code platforms could be a game changer. Picture this. You are a project manager with limited coding experience, tasked with developing a proof of concept for a new application. With the convenient strength of low-code platforms and the assistance of ChatGPT, you could navigate this challenge effectively, creating sophisticated applications without needing the deep dive into code. ChatGPT could further streamline the development process on low-code platforms by Automating routine tasks, providing suggestions, and answering queries, it could significantly reduce development time and enable more efficient project completions. So now, let's go a little deeper into this. I leave you now with my Villa.
Hello world, let me introduce myself. I'm Neisser Villa, and today I would like to dive into the exciting world of ChatGPT and the local platforms like Nat.com, for example. Well, however, as promising as it seems, this integration sounds, it comes with its own set of challenges. So let's explore the benefits and the hurdles we have encountered at Soluntech. First, let me show you our very own creation. This is called Calcifer AI. Yes, we name it after the lovable character from Studio Ghibli movies because, well, who don't love those movies? Calcifer AI is a powerful command line tool based on ChatGPT API. It was designed to assist developers at generating code by simplifying the prompting and doing what they need, right? Here is how it works. When you have installed Calcifer AI, you just need to open up your command prompt and then type the following command. Calcifer think you insert the path when you want to get the file generated, and then you enter the language or the context you want Calcifer have. Finally, you prompt about which kind of file or which you want from the file that you will generate. And voila, Calcifer gets to work, generating code snippets that will assist you in real time in your development process. We have discovered with this experiment that tools like Calcifer AI holds immersive potential in revolutionizing the local landscape. By democratizing the development process, these tools enable even entry-level developers to actively participate and contribute in projects, regardless on their scale or the complexity they could have. But as with a great power, there's a challenge to overcome. One primary challenge we face in this is the intricate setup for that this required to complete, to get the calcifer start working well for any project and the effective implementation, the code suggestion that generates Calcifer AI. While the code snippets themselves may be accurate, integrating them seamlessly into larger application can be a complex task, particularly for non-developers who are the primary target audience for local platforms. Another critical aspect to consider is about security. Since ChatGPT learns from public data, we need to keep an eye on the code it generates for potential issues we could encounter. We must ensure that the generated codes align with the best practices and even adhere to the necessary security standards we could be using in our applications. Now, here's an important point to highlight. The AI system nowadays, like ChatGPT or even Bard from Google, still require human input to become more intelligent. Like crafting appropriate prompts is the key to helping the AI understand our intentions and delivering a great user experience. Like, well, let's dive a bit deeper into the concept of prompt engineering. Now, imagine that you are a non-tech enthusiast who has built a fantastic healthcare app using Knack.com. Your app allows patients to schedule their appointments, but let's say you're facing some limitation that require custom code to overcome. What would you do? This is where prompt engineering comes to the rescue by by creating well-crafted prompts. We can enable ChatGPT or Bard from Google to generate code snippets that are aligned with our platform with the specific challenge we're facing. These techniques allow us to redefine our results and saving time and effort in the development process. Prompt engineering holds the key to unlocking the full potential of ChatGPT and any other language model like Google Bard, like I said before. It empowers non-tech individuals to create exceptional applications. So let's go over some important principles we should have into account for prompt engineering. The first one, and furthermore, we must create always we need to create a clear and specific instruction. This is very important. To guide the model effectively and achieve the desired output, we need to provide instruction that that leave no room for ambiguity. Clear prompts are not necessarily short prompts. If sometimes longer prompts often provide more clarity and context, resulting in detailed and relevant responses. Second, we must give the model time to think. Rushing the model can lead to flawed reasoning and inaccurate conclusion. Sometimes it's wise to reframe the query and ask the model to provide a chain of relevant reasoning before giving its final response. Just like human, if faced with a complex task without enough time for consideration, the model may resort for guessing, leading to less accurate results. Now, let's explore a little bit of different type of prompts that we can use to leverage the power of ChatGPT. The iterative prompts. Perfection rarely comes at first attempt. It is thought that iterative process of resigning prompts gradually that we align them with our objective. The summarizing prompts, like prompt engineering, allow us to create customized summaries for specific purposes or target groups. Modifying prompts emphasize relevant aspect, integrating focus on summaries. Inferring prompts. This kind of prompt leverage lateral language model enable various language tasks for such as sentiment analysis, emotion extraction, and information extraction. A single prompt can extract multiple fields of information, empowering developers to tackle complex tasks from language. Transforming this language model are adept at transforming text between languages, correcting grammar, converting formats, and even adjusting the tone. Prompts guide the model's behavior, simplifying complex tasks. Expanding, well, large language models excels at generating longer text from shorter inputs, but responsible use is crucial to avoid misuse, such as generating spam. And finally, chatbots. Well, with ChatGPT, we can build custom chatbots using prompt engineering. Chat models process messages and generate responses. Contextual messages, including system and user messages, improve the accuracy. By employing these prompt techniques, we can take our prompts the next level. At Soluntech, we apply these techniques and prompt engineering to create proof of concept application like Gustav AI. This is a chef assistant that help people create amazing recipes using the ingredients they have on their hand. By prompting templates and guidelines, you can bring your own ideas to life and create remarkable applications. Now, let me introduce to the NAC AI assistant. Please take a moment to scan the QR code on the screen. Did you do it? Okay. Each code will direct you to a different chat interface, one for JS code and the other one for CSS code. These chats are designed to reduce the development time for respective tasks related to knack.com. You can witness firsthand and how we implement these concepts we have discussed through this through this talk. Before we conclude, it is important to understand that while ChatGPT is exceptional at handling small tasks, it is not currently capable of building large-scale applications on its own, right? It is a true strength, well, its true strength lies in augmenting human effort and saving and serving as a valuable complementary tool in our development toolbox. It is by no means a replacement for developers or local platform. So we can say here that ChatGPT is not the local platform killer. Well, thank you again for your time. And if you're interested in learning more about prompt engineering, please download the resources we have provided. These materials will equip you with a list of prompts templates for ChatGPT and other languages models like BART, enabling you to create amazing applications. I'm genuinely excited to see what you will create using ChatGPT and local platforms. So go ahead, unleashing your creativity, and let's push the boundaries of what's possible in the world of development. By now, I will I will hand the stage over to Gabriel, who will explore the business development implication in this process. Hello, Gabriel.
Hey, Nasser, thank you very much. You did a great job. Very happy to be here. And, above all, I'm very grateful to have our audience here with us. It's always great to build a community and learn from each other. Yeah, first of all, my name's Gabe Whitaker. I am located in Puerto Rico. Joined Soluntech a couple of months ago, and it's been one heck of a ride. Very happy here. We have an amazing team full of dedicated and very, very intelligent people. As a business development manager, I spend a great deal of my time looking at tools and potential upgrades and strategies that could enhance our business operations. Today, we're going to take a look at the wider business implications of adopting AI tools like ChatGPT and low-code platforms. Think of these platforms and tools as a dynamic dual, synergizing to revolutionize your development pipeline. They can dramatically improve efficiency by streamlining tasks that once required specialized knowledge or extensive time investment. By quickly generating code snippets or building framework applications, we can expedite the developmental process, therefore saving your team hours, if not days, of work. Reducing the complexity of tasks means that you can allocate your resources more effectively, concentrating your team's expertise on higher order problems or innovative projects. When we speak about reducing costs, we're not just considering the direct financial benefits, but also the costs of time and the opportunity costs of potential projects left on the table due to resource constraints. Now, let's discuss the aspect I am most excited about: the potential impact on business innovation and agility. One of the fundamental principles of successful business development is the ability to adapt, to pivot, and to innovate. Low-code platforms and ChatGPT could act as catalysts for this process. By allowing rapid prototyping and iterations, these tools enable businesses to experiment with new ideas, validate hypotheses, and adjust their strategies quickly in response to market trends or customer feedback. This responsiveness, this agility, could be the difference between capitalizing on the market or being left behind. It's the dawn of a new era where technological democratization is redefining the barriers of entry into software development. By effectively harnessing the potential of tools like ChatGPT and low-code platforms, we could not drive just only our business, but the entire industry towards an exciting and innovative and inclusive future for all of us. As we discuss the extraordinary potential of AI tools like ChatGPT and low-code platforms, I want you to envision this not just as a shift in technology, but as an opportunity to reshape the landscape of your business and your process. Think of these tools not as mere enhancements to your workflows, but as the architects of a new business paradigm. With their capability and capacity to exponentially amplify speed and efficiency while optimizing costs, these tools have the direct potential to sculpt an entirely new definition of your development process. As your dedicated partners, Soluntech pledges to you that we are more than just a delivery service. It's a promise to walk with you on the path of progress, helping you stay ahead of the curve. With these cutting edge tools at our disposal, we can empower you to control over your applications, a key that opens the door to real time market and responsiveness. The value of these tools extends far beyond deployment. It's in the persistent refining, the continuous enhancement of your applications. Standing still in the space is akin to moving backwards. And we at Soluntech just simply refuse to let that happen. Could it be the dawn of a new era in software development where creating applications is as simple as having a conversation with your AI assistant? Only time can tell. Whether it's about integrating the dynamism of AI, enhancing user interfaces, or perhaps initiating a new application from scratch, we stand by your side, ready and equipped. Thank you all so much for this time. I'll leave you and we will be spearheading a QA session. If you have any questions, just please leave them in the chat. And here we go with Fernando.
Thanks, Gabe. So let's do a little recap. Definitely, ChatGPT is a great tool. No question about that. But how we can connect the dots? First, what are the pains that the business that use low-code platform experiment with this new technology? What are the pains that they can solve with this new technology? So one thing that I want to deep in a little bit, just a little bit, is imagine that currently you have this local platform that attends the requirement of your clients. It doesn't matter if are internal clients or it's B2B or B2C. But the important thing is what is your strategy? How you will embrace this technology, how you will adapt. So as you can see, the options are endless for you with ChatGPT. But the question is, what is the scalability that your business requests? What are the needs that the ChatGPT can solve? And not only in terms of how you build your strategy or how you target your customers, it's also how you can escalate your product. And that's a great part of this conversation. How you can embrace your local platform to take it to the next level. So if there's a question, we can start. I haven't seen questions in the chat. Guys, there's any question? We'll take a moment. So if there are no questions right now, I can start a conversation with the team about the ChatGPT and the local platforms, just in case. Rory, do you know of any tools that can help you build a good prompt? Great question. Thanks, Rory. Um, I think that in the prompt side, I would like to Nasser's help so we can identify some of the tools that maybe helps you to build a good prompt. Nasser, what are your
For
thoughts
sure.
about
For example, I
prompting?
don't know if we can go through the prompt engineering slide there, please. Mm, yes, this one I think. If you scan this QR code, you will be directed through a GitHub project. In this project, you will find all of the type of prompt we have talked in the past. You can use all of these type of prompts to create or improve your prompts. You can join them. For example, in the as I said before, this Gustav AI, what I did to generate a prompt that can leverage ChatGPT to be a chef assistant is to use the chatbot prompts, enable that with let me remember, I use the chatbot prompts with the iterative prompts, both of them. Both of those type of prompts were the ones that I use to improve my prompting and then leverage ChatGPT with a chef assistance. So you can use all of them and mix them to improve the quality of the prompts you give to ChatGPT or even to Bard from Google.
We have another question, and this says, how does the integration of AI tools like ChatGPT and local platform redefine the barriers of entry into software development? Well, this was a question that I think that in some way Nasser give no give us part of the answer. So definitely with these tools, the when you're in an entry level in terms of development skills, ChatGPT gives like a broader asset that allows you to get deeper and do tasks that can be complex when you are starting. So the first thing is that this not only helps non-developers, this also helps developers as well. So one thing that you may know is that in terms of the custom code that the low code platform offers, the ChatGPT offers these snippets that allows to deliver faster and with more quality. I don't know if maybe Nasser, you have more ideas that you would like to add.
For sure. And how can we redefine this barrier of the entry-level software development? Well, there are like two things we can talk about. One of them is that yes, by using tools like ChatGPT, we can reduce a little bit that gap between the entry-level developers and let's say a large scale project because it will allow that entry level understand faster what the project's about. But there may be some problems when the people is a non-tech enthusiast, for example. If you don't have the background or even the context of what is the what is the software development about, how a language works, it could be even a little bit hard for that person to try to understand this large scale project because that sometimes is not only about development or writing code, it sometimes is about architecture, DevOps. There are a lot more things that well in the role to know.
Thanks, Nasser. Let me see if we have more questions. Diana says, are there any specific best practices or guidelines for using ChatGPT effectively within a low-code development workflow? So one thing that Nasser mentioned is that ChatGPT, it's not pretty good at the first attempt. So when we give context and we give the like pretty good context about the app, the request, what is the goal that you want to achieve, it's more likely that at the end of the day, ChatGPT will give you the answer. But when you don't have this context and you don't have the specific instruction, it's pretty hard to elaborate sometimes. So as Nasser mentioned before, it's key to have the information to define the context and then do the right question. We have another question, how to use low-code platforms and ChatGPT to work with your clients. Gabe, do you want to give me a hand with this question? Gabe?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Gabe, Here we go. Now we can. Good.
Hey, excellent. So that's a great question, right? As a business development manager, my main responsibility is to, above all, understand my customers, clients, and partners' business objectives, right? In this regard, working with ChatGPT and low code platforms, it's really important to develop a framework of where the business wants to go and where you want to take the business, right? There's an old saying, if you don't know which port you're sailing to, no wind is favorable. So it's very important to understand your own business plan and understand your objectives to the point where you live and breathe by them. The reality is that we're living in an age where technology, coding, and development is accessible to everybody in a very real way. Today and nowadays, everybody can be a developer. The reality is that you can use ChatGPT and low code technology as a tool to expand, enhance your go to market plans. The world today is very competitive. There's a lot of different products and solutions that some or may not replicate each other. However, your intention is to differentiate yourself from the competition. So I think that having a great idea of who you are, where you've been, and where you want to go, and reflecting upon your own personal values and business objectives is essential to develop a high quality and swift product that goes to market and differentiates itself from the competition.
Thank you, Gates.
Absolutely.
We have another question from Jorge Gutierrez. How can I ensure the security and the quality code in the generate low code software? Hmm, interesting. So, although I need Naser help for this question for sure, one thing that we need to mention is that local platforms, uh, that's one of the most difficult parts because each low code has their own environment in terms of security constraints or risk. Um, Not all the local platforms offers the same warrants. Uh, but to be honest, it's not clear to me how you can embrace ChatGPT with security. So Naser, give me a hand because
For
I don't
sure.
have a guess.
As the normal development process we have building application, we can use the same with this ChatGPT. For example, there are tools like SonarCube that help us to know about not only about security but also about quality. If your code have potential issues or even potential, I don't know, security issues or bugs, what is the coverage, the test coverage for your code? These kind of tools like SonarCube can help us with that. And about the quality, when you are writing or even generating this code, the I always say the better the context, the better the output. If your context, if the context you give to ChatGPT is enough, is good enough to, well, it's good enough, your code, your output will be pretty good. So using tools like SonarCube and even giving ChatGPT a very quality input. That could be what I say.
Naser, that being said, what we can understand is at the end of the day, all the development process can be modified by the artificial intelligence. So ChatGPT definitely is an assistant in that process. And it doesn't matter if it's used from scratch or in low code. At the end of the day, it's a tool that allows to win more awareness about what are the risks sometimes just asking about the risk, or even if to read the code and find if there are mistakes or inconsistencies.
For sure.
So in that way, we can say that that's how ChatGPT and this kind of tool help us.
Exactly. I think like in between 2 years, we could be talking about something else, like how to implement ChatGPT in the whole development process. But today, well, these tools still do not exist, right? So we still can talk about the same development process and use ChatGPT as a toolbox for now.
Thank you, Hazel. Okay, we have another question from Laura. Uh, could you tell us about some examples in which we could use low code? For example, in which industries or which cases you have developed? I would like to know the scope of the low code. Oh, that's huge, Laura. Um, it depends most of your type of business, but what we have experienced is that we have B2B, B2C business. We have been working with financial business. We have been working with leisure business, and and it really changed healthcare in some cases. Uh, but at the end of the day, it will depend of the kind of results that you're expecting. So what we have seen with our clients is that definitely low code gives you the chance to validate their ideas in the market with a very low cost at the end of the day. When you have low code, you don't have to use a backend, a front end, a DevOps, and software architecture. You can just use the low code platform. And sometimes, if it's pretty complex, you will need the help of some experts. But if not, you can develop it using the low code platform. So the business, the list is infinite. We can say that mostly what we have experienced is that our clients, once they have really validate their idea. What they found is that low code has a limit, of course, and the limit is not like a rule that I can tell you if you have these three characteristics, you won't be able, because that will depend at the end of the day of how your business work. And in that case, what we always recommend is do the assessment of what is your expectation, how many clients do you expect to handle with the platform, what is the time to respond that you expect if something fails. I would like to join Gabe and Nasser and have this conversation with them because I know that they have more insights.
Hey. So yeah, this is a great subject. I mean, I'm a very avid reader. I like consuming news about technology. It's just fascinating the world that we live in, right? We are very fortunate to be alive in these times where technology is accessible to everybody, even if we're not native to technology, right? I think that what Fernando is talking about is very important, right? Because if you don't necessarily have an expectation of what kind of product or service or solution you want to develop, then you're probably going to have a bit more difficulty, right? Before you even get to the point of talking about using technology to materialize your dreams and ambitions, first you have to know who you are in relation to this vast globe, right? What products and services are you bringing to the table? What your market analysis is, what your game plan is, who your competition may or may not be, who your partners and alliances might be. You have to understand your ideas inside and out before you even start talking about development. I think this is the beauty and synchronicity of the relationship between actual technology tools and business development plans. They go hand in hand, right? Back in the day, people used to think, that technology and business people were siloed in different compartments. The reality is that we walk hand in hand. I need my technology tools and my tech team to be successful, and they need me in order to keep developing and expanding into the market. The fact is that low code technology and ChatGPT enable people to do basically anything, whatever you can think of, we can do it. And that's the beauty of technology. Nasir probably has a lot more to say.
Well, no, you have said everything. Um, what I think is the same. We can use all of these platforms in every industry. There will also, well, there will be some cases in we cannot do with local platforms or only with what the platform itself give us. But there are tools like the custom code in platform like Nax.com. We here in Soluntech with custom code, we always enhance those applications to do what we cannot do with only the platform, right? We enhance the platform with more powerful tools. We even integrate ChatGPT in this process to to create very customized process or or part of the products that we cannot create with the platform with only with the platform.
Nasser, one thing that I think that you forgot to mention, it's how this will facilitate the migration process in some cases, or even to recreate the platform outside the local. And this is a straightforward message from those that are suffering like the constraints right now, and they don't know how to go out. They don't know what is the path. If you are in that spot right now, no worries. Just come to us and we'll let you know how to make it happen. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Gabe, Itzay, Naser. It was a great webinar, and we hope to have more fun.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Fernando. Very insightful. And yeah, let's make this happen and make it a consistent thing for our audience.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.